Stand up.
Yeah. Hi. So right now, currently, I'm just trying to get some work experience outside of the company because I feel that's a great way of learning and becoming independent. Soon, after I gain some good experience on my own, I'm going to be joining back into the company and overlooking areas that are currently not looked into. That could be the export market or a new building line altogether, or even mergers and acquisitions. So those are kind of the areas that I would be looking into. So yeah.
But you did work in Interact for 2 years, so.
Yeah, so I was working in Interact 2 years ago, and I was looking into the exports over there. And we did manage to get a few export orders, from Africa and Canada. So I was overlooking that. And when I joined back, I hope to, take that forward again.
My son worked for the company for 11 years in the 2000s, and he one time headed marketing, corporate marketing. He handled the Gandhi International Airport Terminal 3 project. He was a project director. So he gained a lot of experience. But he decided to also step out to learn more about building a business from scratch. Because when sometimes you work in a company, your parents, you don't learn the nitty-gritties of starting from zero. So he now runs an advertising house, which is set up from scratch, and they're doing well. And he's competent. He would come back if need be, or he decided to. But today our company is professionally run. We have a great talent pool of professionals heading the company. The pre-engine building industry in the Middle East is almost entirely staffed by Indians. There's a huge talent pool available in the industry, and professionals who know the steel business, who know the steel intricacies, who know the construction intricacies, are the best qualified to run this business. So the second generation is there. The continuity will continue, but I think sometimes a company can be better managed by professionals in day-to-day operations. Thank you.
And we are both, as promoters, I'm hands-on, as you can see from my
We're both hands-on. I handle the entire engineering setup still. I oversee the entire engineering setup. Because all the products were created by me, so to speak. We have no foreign collaboration. I set up the product lines. From my own resources. So my umbrella is over the company. I'm involved in the engineering aspect, the manufacturing aspect, the project execution aspect, the safety aspect. These are systems I have set up over the years, which is what makes Interact stand out amongst the competition.
So Interact is in safe hands.
Hello. So there are a few questions from online attendees.
Yeah.
So first question, it is on your order book. What is the estimated time to execute that order book? Another question is on your EBITDA margins. Why there is a drop in EBITDA margins in FY24? And already we are using capitalization, 60% capitalization, utilization is there. So why we are doing capex? These three questions from the online attendees.
Thank you. So one by one. So our order book stands at approximately 1150 crores as of FY24 end, and the time that it will take to execute this order book is about 8 to 9 months. So that's the timeline. In terms of drop in EBITDA margins, I think you're talking about drop of about 80 bips from FY23 to FY24. Now that, as we explained, is the investment in people to create capacity for future. And in our kind of a business, the engineering and sales and manufacturing and the tech strength that we have to get, it has to precede the manufacturing capacity that you are creating. So it is a very deliberate business model. So it's not a sudden drop. It is like investment in future. And if you see, in every other facet we have done better. It is the employment cost that has impacted that, and that's very deliberate. So it's an investment in future.
Apex question.
Yeah. So in terms of capex, I think it's also clear in our RHP that our utilizable capacity to the installed capacity, there is a ratio. What we mention as built up. Since it's a very technical, thing, I can only say that the utilizable capacity is about 80%, and we are already in that built up section, which is the primary, section is already there, and that is why we are building up capacity. So utilizable, we are already at usage of about 80-85%, and that's when you start building. So that is why we are building capacity. There is a theoretical capacity and there is a utilizable capacity ratio. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming out and taking out time and asking such valuable questions. I would also like to thank the entire senior management of InterArc for taking out time and for giving us the opportunity at Access Capital to be a part of this IPO and leading this IPO. Just to reiterate some of the IPO facts and figures for all of you, the IPO price band is set at INR 850 to 900 rupees per share. At the top end of the price band, the issue size totals to INR 600 crores, and the issue opens for subscription to the public on the 19th of August, which is a Monday, and it closes on 21st of August, which is a Wednesday, right? And we would request all of your support in making this IPO a grand success. Thank you so much, and please join us for lunch.